What is up guys, Houndish here, and today the hype train for Season of Opulence has finally begun. We do have a trailer for the content that we're going to get next month, or should I say next week, and we see some very cool stuff. We're going to take a look at new gear, legendary armor, weapons, and exotics that we can see in the trailer, and there's some pretty cool stuff there. On top of this, we have info about the new activities that we're going to see, and this includes the Menagerie, which is the new 6-player match-made activity, so we're going to break down exactly how that works. A new reward system called the Chalice of Opulence, which is going to allow players to actually acquire pieces of gear and to select specific drops, which sounds pretty interesting. They give us details about Solstice of Heroes, and it looks like our friend Rose, the hand cannon, is finally going to be coming into the game in some form as well. Last thing I'm going to mention before we break it all down is that we do have a roadmap of when all of this content is going to roll out. So guys, let's talk about it in this video. If you enjoy this one, a like below is very much appreciated. And if you're new around here, hit subscribe to keep up to date with everything related to Season of Opulence, but otherwise, let's get straight into it. So first up, before we break it down, we may as well check out the trailer in full. It's a pretty short trailer, although we will probably get some kind of Vidoc as well, but here it is.
A new mystery awaits you, Guardian. Welcome to the Season of Opulence. What will you find in the Emperor's lost vaults? Treasure hunts will lead you to powerful weapons and armor. These will quickly boost your power level and prepare you for the Menagerie. This season's all-new 6-player match-made activity. Grow strong, Guardian. Prove your worth.
So of course, some pretty dope looking stuff right there. And to break down what we actually see, firstly we spot some new areas in Leviathan, and the Guardians decked out in some new gear. It does appear that we have a kind of Ascendant Realm effect or area on Leviathan. We can see the giant Callus statues, and this mysterious kind of figure or orb of light that does almost have a face right there, and I wonder if this is the voice that we can actually hear in the trailer. Pretty interesting stuff, because of course we don't know exactly who that character is unless it's Callus with a different voice. But we see some crazy, monstrous bosses right here, so a huge Vex Hydra. And for Season of Opulence, Bungie have gone with the gold logo as well, which is pretty neat. We can see we've got super vibrant areas aboard Leviathan. This Warlock also has some pretty cool armor on, as well as a shotgun. This kind of has the theme of the Matador from back in D1. We can see yet more sections of the Leviathan right here, and I believe these are going to be boss fights in the Menagerie, which is that new activity. Also, is it me, or is this a new area in the European Dead Zone? Or a kind of obscure area? I'm not sure. We do have some floating rocks in the background. Pretty sure I haven't seen that before, but let us know your thoughts on it below. Even more of the armor right here. And personally, especially for that Hunter, I think this stuff looks pretty cool. It's not dissimilar to some of the other gear that we have seen. And then this Warlock right here is carrying some kind of orb, probably in the new activity, unless of course these are mechanics inside of the raid or something like that. But what we see next is very interesting stuff, so we can actually spot this Warlock with Truth. So the rocket launcher from back in D1, if you remember it, is going to be returning, and we do actually get more details about that in the roadmap as well. Some more of the legendary weapons appear to be kind of maybe reworked Leviathan Year 1 weapons, and as the trailer says, we can choose the gear that we actually earn. We see a Warlock with a sword right here, and I thought maybe that this was going to be Dark Drinker or one of the exotics, but I think it's just a legendary sword, perhaps a new one for the DLC, although supposedly Dark Drinker is returning according to some leaks, although we'll have to find out if that is actually a thing. But then finally, we see the Hunter right here looking really cool, and curiously, the hand cannon model that they're holding is very much like the Hawkmoon. That is also supposedly returning, so I don't know whether there's an ornament on this, or it could actually be IS Luna from back in D1. The end of the barrel is basically identical to that weapon, so pretty curious stuff. Could indeed be Hawkmoon, but I would guess maybe a legendary variant because it does have the same theme as the other gear the Hunter is holding, unless that is some kind of ornament as we mentioned before. Once again, very interesting, with the character voice that's kind of narrating in the trailer, obviously going to be a very important character in general. I'm not sure if it's a reworked Callus, or whether it's someone else. I'm guessing it isn't Benedict. I'd say he doesn't have the frame for that. Okay, that was a terrible joke, but moving on, Bungie do give us an article with extra details. So, available to all players of Destiny 2, Season of Opulence will deliver new challenges, loot, and lore. Seasonal ranks for ritual activities will be reset once more, with a fresh set of pinnacle weapons to earn, and the Iron Banner will be updated with a seasonal quest to unlock armor. On top of this summer, Solstice of Heroes returns with new rewards. Benedict will be waiting in the tower to help launch the new season. He'll have your Imperial summons, introducing you to treasure hunts, the Menagerie, and more. And now we get into some roadmap stuff. So Bungie say, Callus would see you grow stronger through the Chalice of Opulence, and this serves as a Guardian's gateway to treasure in the Season of Opulence. Players who best the Menagerie, the new 6-player match-made activity, will use the Chalice to create an offering of runes in exchange for the specific weapons and armor that they seek. Over time, Guardians will be able to upgrade the Chalice to acquire more plentiful and powerful rewards. So with this system, we'll actually be able to acquire specific pieces of gear. Maybe they're in a rotation, or maybe there are different tiers of gear, because of course, as they say, over time we can upgrade it, and that's going to grant better rewards. But this certainly sounds pretty interesting. I'm not sure how random rolls and things like that will factor into this, but there is going to be some kind of more structured, specific routes to certain pieces of gear. Bungie say that all players who've completed the Forsaken campaign will be welcome to try the Menagerie once, as well as access the Imperial Summons quest. This will grant players Power Surge gear at 690 power to help them jump directly into the new season of content. Owners of the annual pass will see new Menagerie bosses introduced throughout the first month of June, concluding with the introduction of Heroic difficulty, and so matchmaking will be available for normal difficulty, but Heroic will require a pre-made fireteam to take on the greater challenge. So that's pretty interesting. There will be a non-match-made mode of this that is more difficult, but here we can see the Opulence Roadmap itself. So on June 4th, the Menagerie and Crown of Sorrow will go live. Following that, on June 11th, there will be a new Menagerie boss, as well as the quest for the truth, so there we have it on the roadmap. Up next, on June 18th, we'll get another Menagerie boss and the Iron Banner quest, and of course, that's going to award some new gear. That actually looks like kind of reprised Year 1 gear with new skins, maybe? But on June 25th, we'll get the Heroic version of Menagerie, and as we can see, very interestingly, on July 2nd, the Lumina quest will kick off. Now, we don't know exactly what that is, or do we? In fact, maybe we do. Of course, Rose, according to Anon the 9, is finally going to be introduced in Season of Opulence, and it looks like that's what we're looking at. So I would assume that is Rose, unless they've kind of mixed it up. Maybe the name is Lumina as opposed to Rose, but we're definitely getting a new exotic hand cannon. The thing looks pretty interesting, so let us know your thoughts about that. But on July 9th, we'll get something called Tribute Hall, as well as Moments of Triumph, and then on July 30th, Solstice of Heroes will kick off. And we can also see Gambit will be free to all players at that point, so I'm not sure if that's a permanent thing. On top of this though, we do get some other content, so Bungie say, every week, owners of Forsaken will be invited to explore the worlds of Destiny 2 in search of treasure. Benedict 44 will have different objectives for you to complete during the hunt, and these will lead to powerful rewards on your journey to 750 power. As we progress through the season, more content will come to light, quests will be uncovered, leading to exotic gear. On top of this, the Tribute Hall and Moments of Triumph will become available to explore and complete, and Solstice of Heroes finally brings the time of celebration with new rewards and surprises in store. So, boom! There we go! A whole bunch of Season of Opulence info right there. Of course, pretty exciting stuff, so let us know your thoughts on it all down below. But of course, we know we're getting new exotic quests, we're getting the power update, Crown of Sorrow, and the Menagerie, which appears to have a pretty cool set of gear, and of course that new system to actually acquire the gear. The Tribute Hall is something that we don't really know about, and then of course we have other mysteries like the Lumina quest, and as Bungie say, quests will be uncovered, so presumably there are going to be other secrets that aren't actually on the roadmap. Guys, personally, I'm pretty excited for this content drop. I think they've got some really cool looking stuff right there. Everything's looking pretty shiny, but of course, I'm always interested to hear what you guys think as well. So let us know your thoughts on the new gear, the new activities that we're seeing right there, or of course the roadmap, and those new exotics that look pretty interesting. But if you've enjoyed this video, a like below is very much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe because I'm going to keep you posted on everything related to the new DLC. But otherwise guys, thank you as always for tuning in, and I will catch you all very soon.
A new mystery awaits you, Guardian. Welcome to the Season of Opulence. What will you find in the Emperor's lost vaults? Treasure hunts will lead you to powerful weapons and armor. These will quickly boost your power level and prepare you for the Menagerie. This season's all-new 6-player match-made activity. Grow strong, Guardian. Prove your worth.